96.5 WKLH. The moment we've been waiting for. On the Mount Rushmore of comedy, this head is prominently displayed. Dan Aykroyd. Hi, Dan.
Good morning, Milwaukee.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me in.
You have a product that we've been eyeing up since we got in here this morning. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's just a cleaned-up vodka. It's a little different from most vodkas. The vodka,
it's cool.
Yeah, that's secondary to what's in the bottle. I don't know if you've tried it yet, but the difference with this vodka is that there are no additives in it. Most vodkas today have that very upfront, satiny, velvety mouthfeel because this is something that ladies primarily wanted in their drink. Remember in high school where we didn't want a vodka that tasted like anything?
Right.
Because we didn't want to smell it on the breath.
Exactly.
And that. Well, the trends have changed a little bit now, and people like a little taste in their vodka. Svedka, for instance, very popular now because it has a little bit of a sweet taste. So what I did here was I eliminated all of the glycol, the citrus, and the raw sugar that is put in vodka, and we've gone to the province of Newfoundland, the government distillery. I'm in business with a government still. It's a dream. Like that scene in The Godfather when Hyman Roth says to Michael Corleone, "Finally, we're in business with a legitimate government."
That's right.
Yeah. So they and I told them there. I said I want to do something. I want to go back to the old style rural white lightning or moonshine. So it's triple filtered and of course charcoal filtered, poured over the diamonds, and it's got no additives in it. And people are noticing the difference in the taste.
Well, it's already been named the official vodka of the Ice Hawks Fathers Guild, and which is one of my son's hockey teams. So a few of the dads we've already christened dads.
Excellent. Well, you'll know how great it is with fresh squeezed orange juice or in a Puritini, which is our martini.
See, that's what I was going to say, because you've got some drinks in here, but it sounds like this is a product that's meant to just drink pure, just plain on ice or just shaken up a little bit.
It's nice. It's got a little bit of a sweet corn taste in it, and because it has no additives, the hangover is not that radical. So
I was going to say, so tell me you're a vodka man. You're not a whiskey guy, right? You're a vodka man. I'm
really, I'm a Canadian, so I'm a cold beer man, and I like red wine. But if I got to drink vodka, I want to drink vodka that's cleaned up. I don't want to drink vodka with junk in it. And if you put this through a spectrograph, there would be no impurities spiking in it at all. A lot of vodkas you'd see would spike with impurities. So I sacrificed the upfront velvety, satiny mouthfeel for more of that alco punch.
So where do you fall on the martini argument? Because I fall on unless you can see through it, it's not a martini.
I like a dirty martini myself.
I like a dirty martini.
Right.
Okay.
But sometimes if they put olive juice in there, you can't see through it. So.
But no cosmopolitan. There's no such thing as
I see, like a chocolate martini. Yeah.
It's a martini with chocolate, or it's a vodka and chocolate.
No, I'm the old vermouth style with a lot of olives. Yeah,
total purist.
This makes a beautiful martini because the corn. Something happens with the vermouth and the corn. What's in vermouth, Andrew?
I have no idea.
It's a wine.
It's a wine.
But it's gone bad, hasn't it?
I haven't.
It's got herbs in it. I don't know why the peaches and cream corn react nicely, but that martini I had the other night was so great.
See, because I'll have to try it with the vermouth because I wave the bottle over the glass. I like mine straight on the rocks with an olive.
Yeah, right.
That's how I drink my vodka.
Yeah, well, that's a
then it's perfect for me.
Cold. I mean, I don't know about drinking, warm alcohol. You can use it to heal wounds. But,
I was going to say it depends on the moment.
Cold. You want to drink the Crystal Head.
I'm a mom with 2 teenagers. It depends on the moment.
It's all about speed.
I just wanted to, as a convenience for your listeners, if you're interested in the Crystal Head, and I must say, the celebrity endorsement and the neat bottle it comes in is only going to get you so far. We don't have a business if people don't like the fluid in the bottle, but they are responding quite favorably to it, and you can get it at Otto's Beverage locations, at Woodman's, where we were for a magnificent signing yesterday. It was so great.
It's huge, isn't it?
It was fun. Oh, what a store.
Yes.
And then everybody came out with all of their DVDs and stuff, and I was able to look over my career over the last 30 years and reminisce. And Ray's Liquors in Wauwatosa, discount liquor locations, Consumers Beverage in Hales Corner, Sendik's, of course, has it. Piggly Wiggly will have it, and Century Foods
so
in
you're
Delaval. So it's out there and it's available. And you know what? They make great gifts, for uncles and dads and that kind of thing. We find people like the Head for gifts.
So you said you've also got a wine line, don't you?
Yes, we got into that business in Niagara. I don't know if you guys have ever been up to Niagara Falls, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's so beautiful, the wineries up there. And when I brought the Patron tequila into Canada, they partnered me with a distributor, and they had a winery there and 4 vineyards. And it was Andrew, my friend here, suggested that I license a line of wines, but I work with the winemaker to make sure that they're up to my taste and my tongue.
You know what? You are almost the legitimate Joe Kennedy of Canada with all the liquor you're bringing into that country.
Well, Joe Kennedy, he ran it the other way. You see, he was bringing it from Canada into. And you know, one of his partners was Gilda Radner's dad.
Really?
Yeah, he was. He had a lot of boats, and he had an import business, and he and Joe Kennedy brought a lot of Shenley's whiskey and Corby's whiskey, the old Ontario whiskeys, down from Ontario in the boats into the United States in the 30s.
So tell me why the skull, though. I mean, you've got a whole history behind why you chose this, right?
Well, it really just it wasn't really my idea. I was with my good friend John Alexander, who is exhibited at the Houston Museum of Fine Art. He's just had an exhibit at the Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C. in the American Wing, very prestigious exhibit. He's got a catalog raisonné going back to about 1968. I met him when he stole my girlfriend away from me. I was with this lady on Saturday Night Live, and I went off to do something, and he's this charming Texas. He's like talks like that, and he's got that Texas accent.
Uh-huh.
So he charmed her away from me, but I don't know where she is now. But we're best friends. And I was in his loft in New York about 2.5 years ago, and I was catching him up on what I was up to lately with the wines and the tequila in Canada, and he said, I've always wanted to do a skull bottle, because I go to the Mexican Day of the Dead all the time. I said, that's a brilliant idea. What would we put in it? Well, I was thinking tequila. He's going. I said, well, I drink the best tequila in the world. I'm not going to get involved with anybody but Patron. And then it just hit me. Draw it out. I said, draw it out. And he drew it out, and he drew out this beautiful clear bottle. And I said, wow, that looks like the Mitchell Hedges skull, which was found in the Yucatan in 1928 and is referenced in the Indiana Jones movie. I said, wow, that will bring back the legend of the Crystal Heads. And if we're going to do that, the Crystal Heads are all about enlightenment and predicting the future. Let's put something real pure in the bottle. We'll do no additives. So that's how the story evolved.
And isn't alcohol about predicting the future, too, when you're together with a bunch of buddies?
Well, we certainly solve the world's problems.
Absolutely.
If not accurately predicting, we definitely
we got a plan.
Oh, sure.
You don't just put your name on something. I mean, you really educate yourself about the things you get involved with.
Well, sure.
Well, you have to.
Well, yes.
But most people, you know what? A lot of people come out with a product. I have Sammy Davis Jr.'s mustard. I don't think he was investigating the quality of it. You know your stuff.
Well, the Patron, there's no question about the quality. I brought that to Canada, and now it's the #1 luxury brand up there. And the wines, I work very closely with both vintners, the American and the Niagara, to make sure that it's wine that I would be proud to serve and put on my table. This is just great to be involved with the province of Newfoundland distillery, because they are really policing the quality and the purity of this. And basically, this is my product. My family owns this. I went to my daughters and my wife. I said, well, we got this money in a college trust fund for the girls. Let's put it in the vodka business. Okay, Daddy, sure, yeah. So here I'm trying to,
Apple doesn't fall.
I'm spending their, I'm spending their college trust fund money getting this business started. But I think it's going to be all right. We're selling a lot of it.
Do you like meeting the fans when they come out? You talk about all these DVDs that they bring out, watching the different times in your career.
It's a lot of fun. I feel like a judge that has 1 second to judge each case. Guilty, not guilty, guilty. It's a pretty quick procession, because we've had as many as 700 people come out to these signings recently, and it's certainly not boring. The variety of humankind passing in front of me is great. And it's interesting to see what they drink, what they're buying, what they're doing. And one of the things we like to do is we give free bottles of wine to police, fire, military, nurses, and teachers, and that's been a lot of fun. And kind of just giving back, recognizing that they are the real heroes in society, and it's not actors and celebrities that really drive the world, but it's hardworking people like teachers, nurses, firemen, police officers, and the military that make our lives so much better. EMT, first responders generally.
Oh God, yeah. Is it weird though for you?